friends when the family feels.
Police say a fight escalated, ending in gunfire and leaving 2 men in critical condition.
10, since he wanted to play, when I was getting me some food, we made a dance for him. Now the best way this dance can work, if a nigga shoot your dumb ass like 4 or 5 times before you fall. But if you don't got nobody to do that for you, just lay down smooth like this, right? Lay your bitch ass down and point them toes up, right? And spread a little bit, cause the nigga done spanked you. Then you just jump a little bit.
Hey y'all, today I'm gonna talk about...
I love Sharonda. This lady is hilarious. Her voice, everything, like this is the reason why YB is YB. I love her. She's hilarious.
Mr. Dogface, what possessed your ugly ball sack looking ass to get on this internet and put my name in your mouth yesterday?
The Fed's not letting nothing slide in the rap community in 2026. Shit, a couple weeks ago we talked about a Detroit rapper who defended himself. Well, at least according to the facts that was presented to the public. At first the internet called it self-defense. A Detroit rapper survives an attempt robbery, shots goes off, and just like that, social media already had a verdict. He was protecting himself. He had no choice. It was either him or them. And honestly, at first glance, it looked like that. A man gets robbed, he fights back, and people naturally side with survival. But according to federal authorities, one single action changed everything. One statement made by investigators claims the entire self-defense argument may be wrong. Not because he defended himself, but because of what happened after. Authorities say surviving a robbery was never the issue. It was the decision afterwards, which we'll later discuss in this video. According to the federal criminal complaint, after the initial danger was over, the victim who turned suspect had chased the men involved before standing over one of them after serious injuries were already inflicted. And that one move may have turned this from self-defense into a federal criminal case. That's the part social media wasn't talking about, because inside these documents, which we'll later break down, it also reveals the real injuries. He may not have caught a body, and he may not be fighting a murder charge or attempt murder for now. But the paperwork shows just how severe the injuries were to the people police say tried to rob him. One victim reportedly begged for his life. Another detailed exactly what happened. And authorities are using those statements to paint a completely different picture than what the internet first believed. This wasn't just a quick shootout and walk away. We may not have the full indictment, but we have the federal complaint. And according to the feds, this turned into a chase. And in return, injuries so severe, the federal agent stepped in weeks later and arrested the victim turned suspect on his way to an interview in California. Now, he's not facing murder charges as we mentioned, but when you are already a convicted felon and firearms get involved, the feds don't need nobody. They just need enough. In this video, we're going over the criminal complaint, the statements, the real injuries involved, the suspect's sentence while in the hospital, and the suspect turned victim 2017 felony case that made him prohibited from carrying or even being in contact with firearms, which led to his arrest. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fam, when it comes to today's sponsor, recently a jury had ordered Meta and YouTube for their role in designing addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but they did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms. All-Star JR, as we mentioned many before, most of you are aware now, has shot 2 individuals who allegedly was there to rob him in the presence of Jay Prince, a man who is talking to his baby mother to this day. Now since then, another picture has been posted by Jay Prince holding his son next to the baby mother. Also, All-Star JR has made subliminals online and even made a song called Mob Untied, sending shots at Junior.
Junior running around here tripping, nigga, use a hoe. Keep on sending flunkies at me, keep on getting them niggas smoke.
Now, we briefly mentioned it, but All-Star JR criminal history dates back a decade ago. Back in 2015, him, alongside T Grizzly, was involved in home invasions at Michigan State University dormitory, which led to conviction. Jeremy Christopher Ford, 25 at the time, had pled guilty to home invasion charges in Ingham County Circuit Court and was sentenced to 1.5 to 15 years in prison. Now that's important because the time he didn't serve incarcerated, well, he was on probation for. Terry Wallace, also known now as T Grizzly, was also arrested in connection with a robbery in Kentucky last summer and remains in custody there. T Grizzly was a student at MSU when the home invasions occurred. Investigators said the pair was tied to about a dozen incidents over a 15-day period in February of 2014 at Hubbard Hall. In each case, someone walked into an unlocked dorm room during the early morning hours and stole items ranging from computers to cell phones to cameras and cash. Police recovered nearly $10,000 worth of stolen merchandise and nearly $10,000 in cash on All-Star JR. He was taken into custody shortly after warrants were issued in the summer of 2014. Court records indicate about that time, T Grizzly and 2 other Detroit men were arrested in connection with an attempt robbery at a pawn shop and jewelry store in Langston, Kentucky. The suspects, who were carrying hammers, were held at gunpoint by the store's owner until police arrived. When T Grizzly came home, he dropped that track first day out and he mentioned, JR, ain't it a blessing?
The castle, hey JR, nigga, ain't it a blessing? We made it out of Lance and
Okay. This song was a song back in the day.
for all that happened, that bitch, nigga.
Nonetheless, at that point, All-Star JR was a convicted felon. Now fast forward a decade later, the 3rd week of April of 2026, the Inkster rapper is accused of opening fire inside a Houston restaurant, as we all know by now. But he's now facing federal gun charges after investigators say the incident was caught on surveillance video and followed by taunting social media posts. According to criminal complaint, Jeremy Christopher Ford, also known as All-Star JR, is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. Investigators say the shooting happened, as we all know, at around 11:23 p.m. on April 8, 2026 at a restaurant on Kirby Drive in Houston. When officers arrived, they found one person inside suffering from a gunshot wound to the neck and another in the parking garage with multiple gunshot wounds to the hand and leg. Both were taken to the hospital. We'll later confirm the identity of the suspects, which we all know by now, but the exact damage that was done as well. The police say a trail of blood led from the dining area to the elevator into the garage. At the scene, officers recovered a Glock 43 handgun, a magazine, a holster, and multiple spent shell casings and bullet fragments. According to investigators, surveillance video shows Ford inside the restaurant before a group approached him, leading to a confrontation during the altercation.
I seen the video, but I really didn't couldn't really, for me personally, I couldn't really see nothing. Maybe that's just me. I wasn't looking hard enough.
Authorities say several people appeared to grab his necklace and watch, escalating the situation. So, let's clear this up. At this point, we all know he was there first eating, no ill intentions, and apparently, somebody got his drop. At some point, a handgun fell to the floor during the fight. Investigators say Ford picked it up and began firing as people ran. One man collapsed after being shot, while others fled towards the elevator. Authorities say Ford continued firing, including additional shots in the direction of another person who was running away. The complaint alleged Ford then returned to the injured man and fired additional rounds at close range while he was lying on the floor. Investigators say he later pointed the gun again, but appeared to be out of ammunition. The court documents also allege he struck the man with the handgun and spit on him before leaving, which he later confirmed in a social media post, which we'll later check out. Authorities say a third person believed to be a bystander was also shot but suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
People these days, you gangsters these days might as well do your crimes, because you're recording it, you're talking about it. Y'all might as well do your crimes and then go to the police station and say, arrest me, I did it. Like, it's just...
Hospital officials told investigators one of the injured victims had his finger amputated due to the gunshot wound and suffered severe leg injuries. Another victim, as of April 15th, did not have feeling in his legs, which confirms Ben 10 is paralyzed from the waist down. Investigators say Ford fled the scene in a white Cadillac Escalade before officers arrived.
Say 10. That sucks. Yeah.
The affidavit also states that after the shooting, Ford allegedly posted multiple videos on social media, which we all know, appearing to taunt those involved. Investigators say he later released a music video referencing the shooting, including lyrics about the incident and what authorities describe as a reenactment. The Fed's not playing with these rappers. Officials say Ford has a prior felony conviction in Michigan, which makes it illegal for him to possess a firearm. But here's the thing, they didn't say it was his. Now, All-Star JR was on his way to a Vlad TV interview when he was arrested in California. But here's the messages authorities are referencing to. Just 48 hours ago, he posted it to his social media. It was DMs between him and Ben 10. JR wrote, I ain't trying to talk send me that challenge. We all know he created the Ben 10 challenge. Ben responded, oh, you really? All-Star responded, TayySzn in the hospital full of bullets. Ben responded, you pick up, you know I ain't full of no bullets. JR responded, well, Dub, you been in the hospital 100 days. Ben 10 responded, for sure. JR responded, you wiped that spit off your face. How I feel that everybody left you up to die. Niggas ain't cut. You a bitch boy. When he posted that message, he said, what's crazy was I ain't tell y'all I spit on that goofy after he got flamed. His neck brace. Did you get popped or something? And the 10-car pile up? I ain't doing your interview, bro. It's over. Now, since the news broke, when it came to Ben 10, he posted a hospital picture alongside OG3 in attendance and BBGD. It seemed he's in good spirits. He haven't left the hospital bed since, and guess they on a fight on trying to get him to recover. As of now, it seems like Ben 10 is paralyzed from the waist down, and another man will be living life with only 9 fingers. Guess this the price you pay when you try to disturb and rob somebody while they eat. It's important to know that All-Star JR, yes, he's arrested by the feds, but according to the charges, he just arrested for a felon in possession of a firearm, which is crazy to say the least. But you talking about attempt murders at stake. You know, you talking about the feds saying he came back and he stood over Ben, but the clip was empty. Maybe that saved his life. As more developed, I keep you guys updated. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And today,
Man, I just, like, the life people live, huh? The life people live is sad, it sucks. Being paralyzed or trying to rob people, fingers being lost. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at